Welcome to Coaches Roundtable. I'm Ed Codi. To my right, the Swami George Abraham. To my left, the Tiger, Albert Campman. Let's go to Spotlight. Slippery Rock University men's rugby team under head coach Matt Heasley. They won the national championship, competing in a field of 16 teams. The Rock finishes the season 22-2. Quite an accomplishment to win a national championship in any sport.
I like the way you said that, Eddie. Any sport. We got to give credit to those kids. They practice hard, too.
That's a brutal game.
Yes.
If you don't think it is, go try and play it.
Yeah, I've seen it on TV. They're rough.
I think the Steelers one time with Noel, I forget which player, they went with conditioning with a rugby player. The running is unbelievable that they
didn't last long.
They didn't last too long, no. Hey, high school lacrosse, a milestone. Mars star and Penn State recruit Enzo Greco scored 5 goals and assists versus Shaler to become the school's all-time points leader with 335 points. Out of those 335 points, he scored 253 goals. Mars going for its 8th straight 2A WPIAL title and a second PIAA title in the last 4 years. This kid's a big kid. He's 6'4". He can run. Just a tremendous player.
Enzo will take him to the promised land. It sounds like.
When I hear Penn State,
you know that's
exactly
Big Ten lacrosse.
Exactly.
You look out. Hey, high school baseball. We're getting towards the playoffs now. Logan Cipher of Knock, 4 hits and 4 RBI. Sal Mineo, Slippery Rock High School, Grand Slam. He's an Ohio State recruit. Seneca Valley pitcher Zyler Friedon, a complete game 2-0 shutout win over Butler. Brady Wozniak of Knock, 3 RBI. Maverick Clement of Butler, 3 RBI. Peyton Ford of Pine Richland, he had 3 hits in a 9-8 win over North Allegheny to help the Rams win the 6A Section 1 title. And then college baseball, Slippery Rock University, 28-17. They make the PSAC tournament as a 4th seed in their division. Another outstanding year for the Rock in baseball.
Yeah,
they've been good for a long time.
Long time.
Very rarely are they, not good. It's amazing.
Messer got to be at the how many wins he's had? He's at the top of the list.
It's ridiculous.
Division 2. Yes.
Georgia's taught me something there. They don't have a lot of scholarships.
No. Hey, high school was softball. Seneca Valley pitcher Lexi the Flame Haynes. She pitched a no-hitter with 15 Ks. In an 8-0 win over Cannon Mac. She also added a home run and 2 RBIs. Cara Pasquale had 2 hits, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs. Now, she missed the start. She had a little tenderness, tightness in her shoulder, and they held her out. It's a 1 game that they lost. They got bombed by Hempfield, so Hempfield moved ahead of them in the rankings. But the playoffs
Hempfield's going to get surprised to play.
Yeah.
They got players too, though.
They have players too.
I'm talking about hitting against her.
Yeah.
You have a hard time hitting her.
Abby Caruso, Freeport, 5 RBI. Lyric Reed of Karn City, she had games of 3 hits and 4 hits. Jada Posinski of Karn City, 3 hits. Addison Burrows, a 4-hit game, a home run, and 3 RBIs. In girls track, the North Catholic girls advanced to the WPIAL finals, defeating Butler and Franklin Regional. The girls 4x800 team set a school record of 935.85. It's pretty good time.
Anytime you advance, you're happy.
And Siva Crester of North Catholic, she won the 100, she won the 200, and she anchored the Trojanettes' winning 400 relay team. Carly Butterball of Knock, she set a school record in the javelin, 131 feet, 5 inches. And in boys track, are we shocked there? Butler's Drew Griffith, he broke C.J. Singleton's school record in the 800, 152.51, and leading Butler to the semifinal win over Central Catholic, Franklin Regional, and Moon. Eli Anderson of Slippery Rock High School, a school record in the 110-meter hurdles, 14.44. Guess whose record he broke? Levi Prementine's record of 14.54.
I was wondering that.
Yeah, and this is against Grove City. Not to be phased, Prementine, he won 3 events, the 300 hurdles, the high jump, and the long jump. And Sal Mineo, I just mentioned, in baseball, he had a grand slam. He won the 100 and was a member of the winning 400 relay team.
Ohio State. Hey, when you got Ohio State.
And you could run like he does and hit and play.
Come on.
Yeah, he's a tremendous player.
For you coaches listening out there, I'm hoping that's called sharing athletes. This kid's a star. A lot of baseball coaches know, no, I don't want you running track.
Yeah.
They get it.
Because they can't practice with you
they
all the
get it.
time.
Right.
Right.
Let the kid do what he wants to do.
Yeah.
And I know he can't be at every one of your practices, but let him do what he wants to do.
I remember one of the great stories that probably not too many people remember. Glenn Davis was an All-American at Army and National Football League or College Football Hall of Fame, was All-American baseball and track at Army. So sometimes he'd leave the baseball game was over, went to the track and won the 100 or won the 220.
Also want to add, Elwood City's has advanced to the finals also in track and field.
Great.
So they have an outstanding team this year. They hit from distance to throwing to run jumping, the hurdles. They're really good.
They've had an outstanding athletic year. Period.
Yes, they advanced. Now Quaker Valley's a favorite in that, but I think they can beat the other teams.
And the high school boys of volleyball, Mars remains undefeated, 16-0 with a 3-1 win over Latrobe. Ryan Czech had 16 kills, and Derek Piatek had 15 kills. Trib Review baseball rankings: 6A, number 2 Pine Ridge, number 3 North Allegheny, number 5 Seneca Valley. In 3A, Riverside 11-1. They lost one game. There has to be an investigation.
Luke Riley got hurt.
Who did?
Luke Riley, their starter,
Okay.
pitcher going to Duke, is hurt.
Is he going to be okay for the playoffs?
They think he is. Well, we'll see. They're shutting him down a little bit right now. We'll see what happens. But Mohawk's undefeated. If Mohawk wins one of the two games, Mohawk wins the league.
Wow. That's how good it is. We
Yeah.
don't see those other teams sometimes. Softball ranking 6A. Number 2 Seneca Valley 17-1. Number 3 North Allegheny 11-5. Number 4 Pine Ridge 9-9. In 4A, number 2 Hampton 13-2. Let's go to our stories of the week. In the NFL, the Steelers declined Harris and Fields their option years. Harris would have made $6.97 million in the 5th year of his contract, which have counted less than 3% of the team's cap. Harris will earn a paltry $2.439 million in 2024. That's far less than 3% of the cap. Now, just look at it, and you guys tell me what you think. He's made 51 starts. He's the only running back in the NFL the last 3 years to rush for over 1,000 yards. He's a 3-down back. He runs, he receives, he blocks. He's been on the field more than any other running back the last 3 years. He was a number 24 pick. So for him, there's a lot of motivation for him to do well. But even at that, I don't see him getting more than a maybe 2-3 year contract at $6 or $7 million a year. So what do you guys think about the Steelers declining his option?
I think they see the same thing all the fans do. Warren's better. There's no question in my mind. Now, the 3-down thing is a little different.
Yes.
But that means nothing in the pros today. They'll sign somebody just to the
It's like two guys. Yeah. I think he's fantastic. And
Yes.
that one you glossed over, he has the most yards of anybody.
Yeah, the last 3 years.
That's how expendable the backs are.
Yeah.
I think it's more a sign of the times than an insult to him, but he's not going to take it as such.
Well, let's just say he rushes for 1,300 or 1,400 yards this year. What are you doing? He wants $8 or $9 million.
Yeah,
or
no,
10
yeah.
million a year. They're going to let him. They're going to let him walk. Now, the only thing I like Warren, I agree with you, that he does have a tendency to cough it up
once in a while.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right.
But that percentage of the salary cap is nothing for
it's
that
nothing.
production. Yeah.
And this year he will count like less than 3%.
Right.
Now, Justin Fields, he could be problematical. His option year was worth $25.644 million. He will earn $1.6 million this year. He was a number 11 pick. Now, if he doesn't play much this season, hardly gets on the field, he has little negotiating leverage. But say he does play and eventually becomes a starter, he's going to want one of those big deals. What a quarterback's 15 to 20 million.
Oh,
That's or more maybe.
Yeah.
Now, how do you deal with that?
Well, if he proves he's a star, you sign him. If not, he's gone. That's really simple.
You're going to give him.
Then they're going to need
as a quarterback. You have to.
Then they're going to need a quarterback again.
Yeah.
You know, that next guy off the merry-go-round thing, which is how they pay him in the NFL, Dak's looking at like 60 or 70.
Now, I think with him, if he's sitting game after game, he's not going to be a happy camper, nor should he be. He's going to sit there. They declined the option year.
Thomas made it quite clear that the other Russell Wilson's a starter.
Absolutely, he has 100%.
You hear it? They were talking about, Al and I were talking about this the other day. He's not going to run back kicks. You're not going to let a quarterback run back.
Who said that?
That's what they're saying.
Steelers.
But
Oh,
Patterson's,
I
they signed Cordell Patterson.
He's the
One of the
greatest.
best kickoff return in the
Yep.
league.
Yeah, I can't see that. Now, here's an issue that the Steelers are not dealing with. 35-year-old Cam Hayward's 2024 contract is $16 million. That's a $22.4 million salary cap hit. He missed 6 games last year. I don't know if he's an every down player anymore. According to the Tribune, Mark Madden, he said on his podcast, "Screw the people who keep talking about me taking a pay cut." So I'm asking, this is why when we say, like the Steelers, Roman Wilson, he's not a number 1 receiver, but they're going to get another one. Where's the money coming from? They go, this guy, $16 million. Why wouldn't they say to him by now, Cam, we're going to give you $5 million?
And the other thing, too, you're going to tell me you're going to squeeze Najee like that and give him that much
money? I understand.
Come
that's,
on.
And listen, players are not going to say anything openly.
Yeah.
But there's going to be some resentment there in that situation.
He's not a $15 million player anymore.
And he's 35, going to be 36 years old. All right, draft grades, results. This year's Steeler draft class graded very high. I gave it a B. We kind of were in agreement with it because...
No, I wasn't. I had him as a top 1. So
no, I don't because I like the lineman. Zach Frazier to me is the best pick, but no top receiver, no top defensive back. So let's go back to 2019. Ray Fittipaldo said the Steelers drafted 9 players. They had an A grade from many. Mal 25%. Kuiper gave him a B+. Raved about all the players. Out of the 9 players they drafted, 0 are on the roster this year. The last one with Deontay Johnson was traded to Carolina. Out of the 9 that they picked, and Devin Bush was raved upon by everyone, only 4 remain in the NFL. So you could take this year's draft, write it down on a piece of paper.
That's what I told you.
Put it in your sock drawer. Pull it out in 3 years.
Yes, I told you that you can't
You don't
do
go
it.
by the draft that day.
No.
Yeah.
Everybody has their opinions.
Yeah.
But 5 years down the road, you'll find out how good it is.
And Bush, they couldn't wait to get him out of town after the first year. He didn't want to get anybody.
And they had, I can't remember, the highly rated offensive tackle they took was fizzled out.
They traded up
So
to get
this is why I give them a B this year, because I'd have given them an A had they picked after one offensive lineman taking the next top-ranked wide receiver. So I don't know where this wide receiver is coming from. Like
they need another one,
they
right?
talked about those guys from Frisco, but those guys went.
They said
14,
last week.
17
I
million.
saw John Lynch the other day. He said neither one is available.
All right, well, we'll see what happens here. It's what's great to talk about and discuss. Hey, Major League Baseball, the Pirates and a 1-5 West Coast trip where they couldn't find a run to take 2 out of 3 from terrible Colorado. 8-26. So after their 6-0 start, they're now 17-19, defeating the Angels. Angels in Colorado combined have won 20 games. Got the home run grand slam from Olivares to win 4-1, but they are really struggling with their hitting. Just you have McCutcheon under 200. You have Sawinski under 200. Henry Davis hitting 162, option to Indianapolis. The bright spot to me has been Jared Jones. He's been terrific as a starter.
Dominant.
Chapman can't find a strike zone. He just can't find
He looked
his
good the other
control.
night.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah, he looked good the other night.
Now, can he keep
But
it
that's
up?
true. This is truth. You can't have an inconsistent 8th inning.
And Albert made a good point, though, last night. If they don't get the grand slam, they may lose 1-0.
One hit saved them.
That's,
Yes. I never seen a team hit this bad.
They can't hit.
I mean, it's amazing how bad the whole team is. Their pitches have been outstanding.
I mean, they had a lineup when Davis was there. Davis hitting 162, Sawinski 180, McCutcheon 180, and Teller's hitting about 190.
I'd cut him
in the lineup.
No,
I'd cut him. Right now, he doesn't run out ground balls. Anybody doesn't run out ground balls is off my team.
He can't run. Steelers should have drafted him as a guard.
Hey, another thing too. This is they're playing Colorado, and I'm really curious about this because I see all these guys hitting 100. So there's Colorado. At the time, they have been behind in every game they played. They did not have a 100 hitter.
Not like the Pirates, right?
No, they got 4.
So
that's proof they have no pitching.
So when you
That's
have
right.
a lineup
And
like
the hitting at
right,
Colorado.
when you have a lineup like the Pirates, you put 4 guys in there hitting under 200. You're a starting pitcher. You're coming out and go,
2 runs.
I got to throw a shot out.
Yeah,
You do.
there's a lot of pressure on
Eddie,
pitching.
that's a good point. Like a lot of people say when they go somewhere else, they do well. Well, one of the reasons is they get 5 runs.
Now, Bednar struggled 9.69 ERA. He's given up 3 home runs already this year. He gave up 3 all of last year. I'm not sure what.
Yeah,
the
they'd have 3
problem
more
is.
wins.
Yeah,
They'd have 3 more wins if he pitched worth a darn. He hasn't pitched at all. But I got to say this: Keller went 9 innings. I've never seen that. I never thought that was happening ever again.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, he
what's
did.
that?
Keller went 9 innings
Yes,
last
he
night.
did.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yes, he did. He went
All
the
right.
whole game.
That's the first one. I'm going to get to that. So GM Ben Cherington says they're sticking with the plan. Let me say
The
this.
process, you mean that's the word
The
they
process,
use?
whatever.
That
The
hurt.
Pirates' payroll is ranked 29th, $72 million.
That's part of the process.
Last place is Oakland
not
at
trying.
$62 million. Now, they had this big contest with a mascot dog. I sent in 2 names. They didn't adopt them, Hitless and Scoreless. Here, Hitless.
I like that one, Eddie.
But the dog declined the offer. He's going to
I
Oakland.
like that one.
Dog's
Eddie.
going to Oakland.
He's declined.
Yeah.
Headless and scores.
You know, you
yeah,
think
I've never seen it
about
like this.
No, but somebody, I mean, people, you guys that go and give him your money, he's not trying to win. It's that simple. You can't spend $70 million when the Dodgers are spending $500 million.
I know you say next year, but I
That
just
shows you they're going to be good.
I can't
I
I
don't
can't
see it.
envision it.
Hey, by the way, the curve got off the schneid. They lost 15 in a row
Oh my God!
going into
Yeah.
yesterday.
Hey, here's an issue. Major League Baseball uniforms, and the players are complaining about the uniforms. The ugliest uniforms are the Phillies uniforms. Next are the Pirates. That black with the gold. PGH. What's that mean? Please get help.
Yeah.
And now the uniforms are see-through. It's baseball burlesque. The players, people are complaining about.
Yeah.
Why can't they just leave well enough alone?
They
Must be
can't.
some money involved.
There
in
you
that.
go.
That's
You
what has
want to
be.
sell more
There has to
city.
be money
What are
involved in
they
that
out?
one.
City uniform. They're called the city uniform or something.
What the Pirates wear?
All of them.
Every
They-
Friday
they have a Friday
uniform
a
like that.
city uniform.
Honest to God, when I saw the Pirates play the Phillies, and
Oh,
they come
yeah.
out in those dark blue, ugly uniforms.
Oh, I didn't. I'm looking. Who's
You don't even
this?
know who
Yeah.
the team is. See, that's the problem
You
I don't
don't.
like.
Yeah.
If basketball, baseball, and football these days, if I didn't know who was playing,
Yeah.
you wouldn't know by the uniform who
Well,
the team is.
whoever designed those Pirate uniforms, they should keep them away from clothing stores. Now, what's up with the see-through uniforms? Where
Yeah.
does
They.
this come from?
That was not. Believe me, those guys don't like them.
No, the players have complained about it. All right, let's jump to the Kentucky Derby, 150. Mystic Dan wins in a 3-way photo finish, a millimeter ahead of Sierra Leone and Forever Young. George, you're the horse guy. Did they get it right?
Got it right.
Okay. Interesting race.
No, it's funny. I had a kid doing some work at my house, and he said, "I saw that photo of those 2 horses. I said there was a third one between them that you missed."
Yeah. What was it? By that much?
Oh, and the car race was 1/1000th of a second.
Now say they didn't have it. They had a camera years and years ago too.
Yeah, no, there's when they finished, there's a camera right there. You can see it flash.
Now, in Derby history, May the 5th, 1973, Secretariat won the Derby, the first of his Triple Crown, with this time, a 1:59.4, a record that still stands and may never be broken.
Think about that. Track and field, swimming, whatever. Nothing is 50 years old. That one
51
years
years.
ago when
Yeah.
they had that in Mexico, that 1968 long jump blast of Bob Beeman, but nothing like this.
Okay, let's go. By the way, before we move on with baseball, happy 93rd birthday to the Say Hey kid, Willie Mays. One of my favorite players.
Great player.
Yes.
They talk about 5-tool players today.
Oh,
He was 5-tool.
He could hit a home run to beat you, lay down a bunt.
you know what I
to beat
didn't
ya.
know?
No, he bunted.
Yeah, no,
That's illegal.
No,
That's,
you can't. No, you're not allowed to
Illegal.
bunt. Can't bunt today.
Hey,
But how about this though? When he went to the Mets, I did not know this. He was 42.
Yeah.
He had 3 hits in that World Series. I had no
Now,
idea.
as a kid, etched in my mind, I'm at Forbes Field. The Giants are there. The Pirates have a runner on first. There's a base hit in the right center field. Mays gets it, pivots, throws the runner out at third. Later on in the game, there's a Pirate runner at first. Base hit the left center. Mays scoops it up, throws a third, threw him out. Threw 2 runners out at third
Frank
base.
Osi actually been fired. He's a third base coach.
Oh, they get him thrown out now. They get him thrown out. The other day, if that Stallings doesn't drop the ball, that inning's over.
Yes.
Hey, more on Major League Baseball, what I call alarms for the arms. 1 weekend of games in mid-April. This is from Gene Collier, the Post-Gazette. There were 17 games. 152 pitchers took the mound.
Only 152.
Yeah. All of the coddling and pitch counts and analytics so far this season, over 150 pitchers on the injured reserve list, 26 done for the season. Since last year, over 30 have had Tommy John surgery. So you tell me all this talk about velocity, pitch counts, and all this stuff and
You're forgetting the
analytics.
word.
Why so many?
Spin rate.
Yeah, spin rate. All these injuries. So whatever they think they're doing to protect these arms is not
Well, the
working.
Yankees are thanking the Pirates to going easy on this young kid and then Skeens because they'll be Yankees in 5 years.
Right. Now, you have one thing that's happening. When I was coaching baseball at NA, they used to say, we're not sending a kid to this school. I think it was University of Miami, because a coach there, he didn't care if a pitcher threw 150 pitches. He was going to work him to death, so to speak. So now you have that. Colleges, these pitchers, they want to win these championships. No off season anymore. There are all these off season leagues that are going on. So what has evolved due to analytics and pitch counts? Well, Blake Snell, 2 Cy Young awards. Guess how many complete games?
0.
0 complete games.
Yeah, the game is just completely out of our control right now. And because kids know this now.
Yeah.
In high school, I mean, kids will tell their coach. You know, my travel team guy said I can only pitch 50 pitches a day. I can only pitch 40.
Not only that,
You know,
and now getting these 12 and 13-year-old kids a pitching guru to help them, well, throw harder. Let them alone. Work on form. Work on preventing injuries.
No, they don't build up. And we got this. You know, Buddy Morris, the great strength coach, said, play a lot of sports, build up muscles that you're not using. If you're playing baseball, it's all you're playing, and you're throwing 11 months. Guess what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Now, look at this. Warren Spahn, age 42. You know what his record was that year? 23-7, 2.60 ERA. How many complete games did he pitch that year? Take a guess.
I'm guessing
25.
22 complete games that year. He had 382 career complete games without ever striking out 200 batters in a season. Velocity doesn't necessarily mean or equate to the art of pitching.
No.
It's not, they don't call it an art anymore. They throw every pitch as hard as they can, straight ball down the middle. And we found out from great hitters that I knew played for Cincinnati, they adjust the fastballs quickly. You know, movement, they can't adjust the movement. You can't.
Yeah, Mickey Mantle once said he doesn't care how hard a pitcher throws. What bothered him about Koufax was that slider and curveball.
There's a story, Chuck Tanner told the story. First game at Three Rivers, they had a new jug that they flashed on the scoreboard. Lee Smith came in and threw 102. The next pitch, Parker hit it over the wall.
They adjust the fastball.
Just the fastball.
Yeah, they adjust the fastball.
Now, Nolan Ryan, age 44, he pitched a complete game no-hitter. He did throw hard, but he learned how to pitch.
But he was the bat. But you understand, at that time, he did throw harder than anybody.
Yeah.
They throw really hard today, but the batters won't adjust because anything above the belt is a swing and a miss because of their launch angle.
But he also threw a breaking ball, too.
Great breaking ball, yeah.
Now,
that's a good point. No, you guys both made good points. And Nolan Ryan, you talk about throwing. When he got involved in Texas there, as in the front office or whatever, he wanted to go to a 4-man staff and pitch these guys more.
Now, can you imagine a manager coming out and saying Nolan Ryan in the 7th inning, he's throwing 100 pitches,
Just
you
send him back.
It's like when Tim McCarver went out to say something. Gibson says, the only thing you know about good hitting is you can't hit it. And I'd go back.
Well, that's what Jim Palmer told Earl. Earl Weaver came out to get him. He said, Earl, all you know about pitching is you couldn't hit it. Get out of here.
Hey, you know what's sad today? Gone like the white buffalo are pitching duels. There are no pitching duels anymore.
For 5 innings, there are.
For five, but I mean,
for 5 innings, it's nothing.
Remember when you say, okay, Koufax going against Nolan Ryan,
Yeah.
Warren Spahn going against Juan Marshall. They had that 17 inning duel, and neither one of them missed the next start.
Yeah, you're looking at 3 guys here that the game has passed us by.
I admit it.
With regards to it's a 5-inning game for starters, possibly 6, and then you have a 7th-inning pitcher, an 8th-inning, and it's never changing. That's ingrained in every manager from Altoona all the way up.
And managers are less and less important too. The day of the $8 million manager, Joe Girardi in Philly, they said, "Hey Joe, hit the road."
Hey guys,
wait a minute. This is really important. We've said it on the show before. The game was decided the night before.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's hard for you to believe that. But if they say, well, it was proven. When Jones threw 59 pitches, they took him out to 5 innings.
Yeah.
They said it's a process. We're not letting him go more than 5. 59 pitches.
that's why some of the old managers left the game.
Joe Madden's one of them.
Yeah. Hey, college football guys. Whenever when I hear people complain about what players are getting, Kirby Smart, Georgia's going to make $13 million a year. You could say all you want about names, image, and likeness. This came about because of these kind of contracts that coaches got and leaving in the middle of the night to go somewhere else for more money.
So in other words, the president is not as important as the football coach. Huh?
No. Nobody knows. I guarantee nobody knows the president of Georgia. Everybody knows Kirby Smart.
Right.
Hey, the athletes as employees, yes, as a National Labor Relations Board director. You have the Fair Labor Standards Act. That means unions, negotiations. Will the courts agree? You have all these court cases so far in favor of the athletes. Here's what I want to say about this transfer portal, how I think it's going to slow down, just like I said about the conferences. You're going to see these billionaires and these other people come along and say to the star quarterback, why don't you sign a 2 or 3 year names, image, and likeness deal and stay here at Florida State?
It's coming.
What's coming is the school's going to pay them.
What if this Fair Labor Standards Act applies to them and negotiations and that? Yeah,
Virginia already passed a law that the school can pay.
That's it for us. More to talk about next week. We'll see you then.
Your growing business has needs. Armstrong Business Solutions has the tools. From unified voice to enhanced Microsoft Teams calling capabilities, we can simplify your communications. Looking for a dedicated and symmetrical connection? Is wide area networking or dark fiber in your vocabulary? You need advanced enterprise-level solutions. Whether you've got one or multiple locations, count on Armstrong Business Solutions to keep you connected and competitive. For collaboration without limits, trust Armstrong Business Solutions. Call or click to get started.